Hi, and welcome to episode 6, part 2. I'm Andy Barrow, the Life Science Director here at Amoria Bond, and now we'll talk you through some of the key things that Europe and the USA are doing in way of innovation, some of the key statistics, and how they're looking to tackle this in the coming years. So, diabetes in Europe. According to the World Health Organization, there's somewhere between 64 and 74 million people that have diabetes in Europe right now. That will obviously only continue to grow. More shockingly, perhaps, is that 1 in 3 is undiagnosed. So, one of the ways that Europe look to tackle this will be personalised medicine, something we've discussed in previous episodes and trends as well, that customised element and tailored solutions. 2 of the leading companies tackling this, Novo Nordisk and Medtronic. Novo Nordisk are pioneering insulin products themselves, as well as digital health solutions, whereas Medtronic, from their base in Ireland, are looking more at the devices in terms of insulin pumps being one area. Over the last decade, more than 1.25 billion has been invested to research, development and support in this area within Europe. That will only continue to grow as well. Treating diabetes in Europe and the wider world is obviously a healthcare priority, but there's also an economic opportunity that goes with that. The key for research and innovation will be the collaboration between the policymakers and obviously the organisations and the key stakeholders to be able to capitalise on this, both for the key benefit of the sufferers and of course the market as a whole. So much so that the potential revenue in anti-diabetes drugs worldwide is expected over the next 12 months to reach $85 billion. Over the next 5 years, there's a consistent expectation that that will grow 7% year upon year annually. On to the USA. Nearly 40 million people currently have diabetes in America, and this number is only expected to grow massively over the next 5 to 10 years. So much so that the American Diabetes Association actually released a new set of standards of care in 2024. These primarily cover elements around ingredients, access, usage, quality, amongst some of the main areas here. So hopefully that will have a very positive impact around the usage and guidance going forward. Globally, the United States is anticipated to be the highest generator of revenue with over 40 billion in this year alone. How can a recruitment company help with this? Amoria Bond, well, we place in multiple countries, the Benelux, the DACH, Nordics and France. Amongst that, we've been responsible for working on over 200 projects in the last 8 to 10 years, placing over 500 professionals. And when I say professionals, where we focus are specialists within the STEM sector and more explicitly within the life science sector. So these are specialist engineers across CapEx, process engineering, validation engineering, quality, supply chain, clinical specialists, biostats and data as well. Some of the key differentiators or benefits of working with ourselves is we typically look to adopt a process where we put in place project milestones. So from taking an assignment to multiple feedback moments throughout the process, including pre-arranged diary times for interviews, where possible and appropriate. This means that whether we're looking for candidates, whether we've found candidates, whether our collaboration so far has been positive or not, you will get live real-time market information, but we're both working to a schedule, which ultimately means we're trying to fill your vacancy. Typically, for freelance assignments, we could look to do this within a 10 to 14 day cycle as well. The benefit to you, or the benefit in this case to the diabetes industry specifically, or the life science sector, would be potential reduction in HR costs. And those potential reductions in costs could then be reallocated to R&D or to the specialists themselves, which ultimately would have a positive impact on the industry as a whole. Normally at Amoria Bond, we work with what we call the 5-3-1 methodology. Subject to niche, complexity, type of role of course, but ordinarily what we'd look to do is provide you with the most relevant, qualified 4 to 5 resumes for a vacancy. And from there, what we typically anticipate is there'd be 3 candidates that will be eligible for interview. And normally from 3 well-qualified, well-referenced candidates, you would ultimately find 1 successful one. Why else use Amoria Bond? Simply put, the experience level. Over 50% of our life science division has a combined 30 years of recruitment experience between them. Amoria Bond as a wider piece, we typically book industry retention rates and typically book industry experience rates. So you get a more consistent approach from a more experienced team. That's it for this week's episode. Thank you for watching. If you've got questions, you want to reach out to myself or the team, and look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.